passengers, dreaming stars shining bright. But suddenly, alert, alert! Cam Jam senses aviation hurts. He gasps, rewinds and zooms in. Enhancer, wait, this is sus. Let me investigate. Wait, no, but ready, time to calculate. Black box whispers, the truth is near. Why did the captain disappear? Was it the weather? The flight's too slow. Engine failure, a pigeon. Oh no! Rewind the footage, pause the scene. Bro, this approach was anything but clean.
Hi guys, welcome to I guess a special edition of Cam Jam 123 Investigations. Right here. You know that. So like 2 weeks ago, I think it was, at LaGuardia, where, which my personal opinion is one of my worst favorite airports. It's not one of my favorite airports because it's just smoky. But enough about my opinions. So we had can't believe I'm saying this, but we had a plane collide with a airport Firetruck. Killing both pilots. Guys, I'm sorry, I don't have a model of the actual plane, so, Alaska Airlines is gonna have to fill in today, and, using a Matchbox Firetruck to show you guys. So, according to the recent data, and from me doing the trajectory, we're going to try and fill out these paths, and we're going to listen to some ATC audio. So, I'm going to have to shut that. Hold on, guys. Okay, I officially lost my mind. My window isn't even open. So we're going to use black, or the plane, and blue for the fire truck. Now let's start with the plane. So we're going to need to we're going to make it so this is the runway. This is like runway 4. And this is entrance Delta. There. And this is like, I guess like the loading dock or whatever you want to call it. So this is Delta. Then this is where the other plane is, the United plane, is over on, I'm going to guess over here on this runway, or something over here. Just gonna, because he has to cross over here to get to here to help with this thing. So that's why this fire truck was going there. So we're going to label United problem. So then the plane, we're actually going to label this runway 4. So the plane is coming in like this, and comes in like this, and get to about here. That's where they collide, and it looked like it skidded upright with its nose up until it ended up about here. So we're going to put final resting place. Final resting place. planes. Wait, we're gonna put plane. Plane. Plane final resting place. And now we can map out the truck. Here we go. So it gets called from here. Like a little, I think it's like pretty much like right before the controller gives the plane permission to land. And it gets called, so it has to back up from like a gate here. Turn around. Go up here. Wait here. Wait at Delta for clearance, which is given by the controller. And then at this time period, the plane is probably about here. Don't ask if the control tower is here. Don't ask me how they didn't see. He didn't see this was going to happen when the plane literally makes light. But so once given clearance, they go to pass, which is where it collides with the plane, which sends it into like a 360. I think I calculated it was like a 30-point turn, which sends it into the grass, spinning and flipping over into this grass over here. So we're going to label final truck spot. That was not a great idea. So at the same time, I'm pretty sure this United plane up here was actually having like a cabin smoke issue. I guess like, I forget what it was. It was like, and they needed like a fire people to come check it out to make sure like the plane was not on fire. Because that'd be bad. So the control tower is about here. So we're going to label control tower. So there's the control tower. It's right here. So we're going to actually listen to the air traffic. The air audio, not air audio, ATC audio. And write down every single thing he says. To both planes. Actually, we're going to write down what he says to all three planes, actually. So we're going to have to label this United, Canadian, I think it was Canada. Yeah. And then Firetruck. So we're going to split this page into 3 equal pieces. We're going to label this Canada, this United, then we're going to take the other Sharpie, didn't mean to do that, and label Firetruck. Fire truck. So that's our ATC audio page. Now, I do have ATC audio on here, but I'm going to skip to where we stop getting the intro for the channel. I'm going to kill my internet. No, stop skipping.
residents in the back are feeling ill. Because of the odor, we will need to go into any available gate at this time.
Okay, roger that.
Okay, so the United plane just declared an emergency. Declares emergency for quote odor. His response? Roger. Or Roger.
Do you guys have any gate for United? Because now they're declaring an emergency. They want to get out. Yeah.
Let me ask them. I'll call you right back.
Okay, right there.
What?
Hey, it's Ed again. Now that United says he needs a gate, but so now he's declaring an emergency. But the ramp doesn't have a gate for him.
Okay, the ramp does not have a gate.
Yeah, they're now. We can get a stand truck if you need them to get off the plane. Okay, yeah, do that just in case they want to come off. But so now he's on taxiway Alpha, just east of taxiway Kilo.
Okay, taxiway.
All right, thanks, man. All right, bye-bye. Yeah, 2384. The ramp doesn't have a gate for you yet, but I'm trying to get in touch with the Port Authority to see if they have something.
Ramp.
And the fire trucks are.
Okay, ramp doesn't have does not have gate for you. His response? Roger. So now we can continue. I can just order the fire trucks.
So they're going to bring a truck just in case you guys do want to evacuate. Let me know if you do.
Copy. We'd prefer to wait on a gate, but I mean, we only got so much time here because there's still a bit of an odor in the back of the airplane.
Jet 646, yep. Delta 520 going to lane 8. Just hold short of Lima on runway 13 and just verify with the ramp that you'll be able to get in. Okay, hold short of Lima.
He just contacted a different plane. How many planes is this guy taking care of? I think I've already counted 3. Because he just talked to Jazz, which is the Air Canada plane. Now he's talking to Delta. So, seems like he's overwhelmed.
On runway 13, and we'll talk to ramp, get back to you, Delta 520. Hey, and just verifying there's some shuffling of gates going on here due to an inbound that has an issue. Roger. Jet 646, order. No, it's you for Dallas. 646, number 2, clear to lane 4.
Okay, I messed that up, Paul.
On runway 13, and we'll talk to ramp, get back to you, Delta 520. Hey, I'm just verifying there's some shuffling of gates going on here due to an inbound that has an issue. Roger. Jet 646, order. No, it's you for Dallas, 4 for Jet 646. 646, number 2, to lane 4, issue. Roger.
You know, Liam.
Jet 646, order. No, it's you for Dallas, 4 for Jet 646. 646, number 2, clear to lane 4. Number 2 for Jet 646.
Okay, so he just cleared them to land on runway 4. Asks to land on runway 4. 4. Cleared to land. Okay, so we have no communication with the fire truck yet, but we have them with these two. Maybe they're next.
Yeah, 2384. Do you have a gate available at this time? Otherwise, we will be probably requesting air stairs.
Give me 1 second.
Jesus. Okay, they're requesting air stairs. I'm sorry, guys. I did not mean to throw my pen. It just fell. Requests. Air stairs. So this even, and then he tells them, I'm pretty sure he tells them to hold on.
Yeah, 2384. Do you have a gate available at this time? Otherwise, we will be probably requesting air stairs.
Give me 1 second.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. This phrase tells us that he's busy. Give me 1 second. That means he's busy with ordering the fire trucks and the stairs, and talking to the Delta plane and the Jazz plane. So this man is single-handedly talking to 4 planes plus a fire truck. Wait, no, I lied. 3 planes plus a fire truck, which we have not gotten on here yet.
2384.
Stand by, United. Who's the vehicle needed across the runway? Emergency vehicles calling on ground, or are you calling on tower? Truck 1 and company.
Okay, truck 1 is about to talk. Truck 1 and company. I really should put them blue.
Party tower. Truck 1 and company. Truck 1 and company with Party tower requesting to cross 4 at Delta. Truck 1.
Okay, he's requesting to cross 4 at Delta. Requesting to cross 4 at Delta. Which is the same runway a couple of minutes before he had just given this one the cleared land on. Maybe he forgot, because United here had been bugging him, where he has to say, stand by United, stand by United. That's what I think happened.
One company, cross 4 Delta. Truck 1.
Okay, cross 4. Cross. Allowed to cross at Delta.
Crossing 4 at Delta. Frontier 4195 to stop there, please. Stop, truck 1, stop.
Okay, he's telling truck 1 to stop. Truck 1 stop. Truck 1 stop. So he's just now noticed his mistake of putting these two on runway 4. Now I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, there's only like 2 runways. There's probably more. It's just my brain's not working. Let's keep going.
1 and company crossing 4 at Delta. Frontier 4195 to stop there, please.
So in the middle, he talks to Frontier 4. I think that's the plane that's about to go onto the other runway. right next to the United plane that's on the taxiway right next to that runway. And he barely gets through that command before he...
Stop. And 2384 is cleared in lane 8 for 4.
United, I'm literally going to get...
Frontier 4195 to stop there, please. Stop.
And 2384 is cleared in lane 8 for 41.
84.
Okay, so he asked to go where? He is cleared to go into lane 8 for 41. Cleared to go in lane 8 for 41. I guess runway 4. I'm full on just destroying my plane here. Thing is, United sees this. So that means he has to be close enough to see it. But actually Frontier still sees it. But if Frontier's going the wrong way, he's passing United. So no wonder they see it.
41.
2284, proceed to ramp.
Proceed in.
Okay, he's proceeding in to ramp. Proceed to ramp. And he says proceeding in. So, United is basically done.
Sorry, truck 1. Stop, truck 1.
Okay. This is where he starts saying stop, truck 1. For, like, the 5th time. Stop, truck 1. Exclamation mark.
Cleared in lane 8 for 41.
2284, proceed to ramp.
Proceed in.
Sorry, truck 1. Stop, truck 1. Stop. Stop, truck 1. Stop.
Proceed in.
Let me get this.
Sorry, truck 1. Stop, truck 1. Stop. Stop, truck 1. Stop.
4195, we're staying here.
Okay, so that's the moment of the accident, but thing is, he contacts Firetruck way more than he contacts the plane. Look how much communication is between the Firetruck and the tower, and look how much little is between the plane.
L2603, go around, runway heading 2000. Jazz 646.
Okay, he finally actually talks to the plane. Jazz 646. Do you copy? I think he says.
Jazz 646 is you collide with vehicle in.
Okay, Jazz 646. I see you collided with a video. I see you collided vehicle. Hold position. Vehicles are responding to you. I know you can't move. Well, that's obvious.
I know you can't move. Vehicles are responding to you now.
Is the runway closed?
L2603, go around, runway heading 2000.
Runway 2000, go around, L2603.
Radio tower.
Truck 32, runway 4 is closed, correct? Yes, go on to runway 4 now. Proceed on runway 4, you have access.
vehicle 98.
98. 98. Vehicle 98.
Vehicle 98, please show at this time. Runway 422 is closed. I repeat, runway 422 is closed at this time.
And there was an accident at LaGuardia. I don't know what happened exactly, but they just lost 422, so everyone's going to be holding over Proud or vectors in the air with me.
Tower, Connor 0, LaGuardia Airport is closed at this time. So 2603, runway 3000, go to approach 20.8 now.
3000, over.
You're still
2603, 20.8, they're looking for you.
Tower, Connor 0, to reiterate, LaGuardia Airport is closed at this time. No aircraft in or out.
Okay. Frontier 4195, you copy that? Negative, we're holding here. Alright, there's an incident on the field. Yeah, we saw it now. Just, stand by. Alright, there's an incident on the field. We're closed right now. Just, stand by.
And I'll have updates for LaGuardia as soon as I get word of the runways are clear and back open. I don't have any estimates right now, so everyone in holding, just let me know if anyone's supposed to min fuel if you need to divert.
Ground Brickyard 3474 is the field shut down now. Field is shut down, sir. Roger.
Okay, so that's the end. But this is what we need to figure out. So, this right here is the end. I actually need to get the other one, because that one's going dead. This right here is all that we hear from the plane before the accident. This all right here is after the accident. And and then this right here for the truck is all that we get. But the accent for United is all the way down here. So this was the actual thing. And the blue line represents time of accident. So he continues talking. My hands are cold from pulling that. He continues talking to what's it called? Delta for like a while, but I'm pretty sure he even says he messed up. But we'll get back to him in a minute. We have a next thing to talk about. We get to, after I get a new pen, we can talk about like collision and where they collided to make the truck go into like a spin. Okay, now we get to talk about like what part of the plane hit what part of the fire truck. So we're actually going to do this as a top down so you guys can see it better, because if I do it in 3D you're not going to be able to see one of the vehicles. So we have to draw runway 4 again. It's runway 4. Then here's Delta. Here's the back end of Delta. There. Then we're going to, please, I'm trying my best to draw these planes. That did not look that well. So, this is supposed to be the plane. Just doesn't look like a plane. So this is the plane. And it's going like 180, I think, miles per hour, so we're going to put these things. So this thing's going 108 miles per hour. Or was it knots? I think it was knots. So I have to just pretend I wrote knots. I'm American. So then this is the Firetruck. So what it looks like to me is it actually hits the back end of the Firetruck. Like where the water hoses are. It actually looks like it hits the back end of the Firetruck, which causes the Firetruck to spin out of control multiple times and then flip and come to rest on its side on the grass. But the plane, which is going 108, loses its entire cockpit, which is here, and speeds down this way with its nose up and comes to rest with its nose rising up down here. So honestly, with the nose up, there's two reasons that the nose could be up. One, the pilots were trying to pull up and they saw the Firetruck. Or two, the collision got underneath the body of the plane and pushed it up. Because in one of the videos, you can see the front of the plane rising, which means it wasn't already raised when they collided. Or it was, and it got knocked back down by the collision. So there's two possible ways that it could have been raised. And for the visual learners here, so now I have those, this is what I mean. It's like this. This is where I'm pretty sure they collided. Like, the Firetruck thought it was, out of the way, because from here, you would have to look directly back to see if you were colliding with this plane. Now, even though if they had missed, you would have probably still had a good chance of hitting this. But what actually might have happened was, because they probably had the landing gear down, probably the landing gear collided with the side of the Firetruck, which on collision knocked the front down through the side of the Firetruck, which caused the cabin to, not the cabin, the cockpit to fall off, basically, and the flight attendant to get flown off about 300 some meters or whatever, feet. And this caused the Firetruck to lose, because the engine is actually in the back on these. So it actually started going spinning like this, and eventually the gravity and the wind caught it and flipped it. So the plane, which was going really, really fast, took a couple seconds to realize, hey, I don't have a front anymore. And probably I wouldn't be surprised if some of the parts that got thrown off of the Firetruck got in the engines in the back, because engines probably sucked some in, and that's probably what also brought it to a stop. Now, let's talk about why I think this happened. There's multiple reasons. And I haven't told you the evidence that gave it away. So, I was originally going to make this video one day after the accident, but then I realized, except for the recordings, we have nothing. But then the next day, the NTSB dropped a info bomb and told us that the Firetruck did not have a collision system. So the air traffic controller would have only knew if they had collided by visual, and so would the plane. Because you know how planes have the crash avoidance system? think it's like called ACIS. ACAS or something like that. My brain's just not working on planes today. So, if, for say, a plane collided into a plane, it would have been going bah, 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 bah. Collision imminent, or something like that. It's kind, you know how, like, there's the train warning, which is like, bah, bah, train, pull up. Yeah, basically. But it would have been like, bah, 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 bah. Collision imminent. But because the Firetruck did not have that system, the plane's system never actually knew that the Firetruck was there. So even if because when you land, you actually land kind of like this, because you want to wait for the back wheels to touch down. Because they're slowly bringing the nose down. Because if you come in like this, you have a good chance of braking and isn't becoming a sled down the runway. Especially going at like 100 knots. What also led me to this conclusion was the air traffic controller seemed overwhelmed by like 3 planes, plus a Firetruck, plus the systems. And on the radio, you can hear a total of 3 people. You can hear one, him, the woman, which sounds like she's on the other side of the control tower, because you can hear the reverb. It's not like he's going, hello, because there would be no echo. And then you hear the ramp, and I think she's in charge of talking to the ramp. And the ramp comes out. So there's a total of at most 2 people in this tower. And even though it's FAA normally for a controller to be taking care of the job of 2, this guy is probably not saying that he's new, but he sounded like he had never experienced this before, because he's yelling into this microphone. And he only talks this plane like 4 times, and talks this Firetruck like 10 times. And that's another reason why I think the Firetruck people survived, was because it didn't hit the cap, it hit the back. Which, in fact, would have catapulted them sideways and out of the way of the airplane. Which would have led to the airplane pilots getting killed, because their faces literally smacked into the side of the fire hoses and stuff, like the engine, which lit on fire. So, honestly, I know this might be a non-popular opinion, but I think it was the airport's fault. Because for 2 reasons. They only had 2 people sitting in the tower. And when he says stop, truck 1, stop, it sounds like he's looking over his computer and can see the runway and just goes all bleep. And goes, truck 1, stop. Because he's trying to avoid them from hitting each other, because he didn't see them on his map. He's actually relying on what they're saying and their position is. So I think probably this could have been avoided if there was more controllers in that tower to help this dude. Because he's talking to about 3 planes. He's talking to United, Delta. I lied. He's talking to 4 planes. Frontier, Delta, United, Jazz One Way, aka Air Canada. He's also talking to the fire truck. That's a total of 5 things. That's one dude is taken care of. Like, I know this might be a far-fetched idea, but maybe he was a rookie. Who knows? Because he sounds young. Like, in his 20s or 30s. It's not like he's 70. Now, if he was 70, that would be a different conclusion. It would have been totally his fault. And plus, even later, the thing that I didn't even play for you was he even says, I messed up. Realizing his mistake, and it was totally his fault. But in reality, it was the airport's fault because they hadn't put the tracking devices on the fire trucks and didn't give him enough support. So that's my final conclusion. If something else, like glass breaking comes out, I'll make another video. Now may we pray for those families. Bye.